920 32 692 692.
రోడ్డు లేదంటే
Nine double six. 9667. క్లాసులు కదా మీటింగ్ ఎప్పుడు ఎన్నైనా పోయినా ఓటీపీ వస్తుంది ఇప్పుడు యాప్లో వాడ
కట్లేను మేడం
అదే ఉన్న పాత్ర అలాగే
ఎక్కువ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఉండాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు.
బాబోయ్ అక్కడ బుర్ర తినేసాడు అది పెట్టి
సార్ అప్పో A51 A15 ఎవరు సార్?
Enggak lagi nih, Ben. చాలా మంది అయ్యారా?
Hello.
Hello, hello. Mic testing 1, 2, 3.
Good morning to all participants. Behalf of ESM College of Engineering, Director Sir, Principal Sir, I extended welcome to all HODs, colleagues, and students to this program. Finally, I welcome Institution Innovation Council Coordinator, Ms. Jyoti Madam.
Thank you, sir. Welcome to all the participants. Myself, Jyoti. I'm the coordinator of IIC. So, good morning to all. So, today session will begin by Mrs. K. Srivalli ma'am on impact lecture series 2 on IPR and important aspect of present era. So, thank you, ma'am. I hope this session will give very valuable information. So, I'm handing the session to Mrs. K. Srivalli ma'am. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. K. Srivalli. I'm here to talk a few of ideas, principle in or how they are important in the present era. Here, intellectual property rights. So what is intellectual property? It is a property which is created by a person or persons, as we all know. But this is the intellectual property is the thing that is created by the person using his own ideas in order to use it for any businesses or a purpose. So this is can be a design, a literature, or the names, or the art, or the word, whatever comes in his mind. Properties to be granted some legal provisions. Auditory provisions. In order to just not to make others to exploit the things in a group or in a person thing. So generally intellectual property rights, it is a statutory grant, it is a right granted by the government to the persons who create the works in order to make sure that his work was not exploited by any other persons or a group of persons for a given period of time. The property, we are talking about the properties. As I said, the intellectual properties. We are talking about the properties. So many of you come across the doubt that what is the property or what is the intellectual property? Sorry. The properties generally is of two categories, that is tangible and intangible properties. The tangible properties are the things which we can see or any other things. But we can see with the eyes. Those kind of properties were we call as tangible properties, and they have some special registration processes in which the properties will be registered. So the tangible properties can further be classified into movable and immovable properties. And they have some separate transactions or separate registrations in the laws. But coming to intangible properties, this is the property that comes out of the human brain as the intellectual properties. That is, the ideas or the thoughts that come out of the human brain will be called as intellectual properties. These intellectual properties, when you utilize this property in order to gain some businesses, or when you have this property in commerce, when you use the property in commerce related activities, we call that as intellectual properties. That is the small ideas or the small thoughts, the innovative thoughts generally, which comes out of your human brain will be called as the intellectual properties. These again will be related to the industrial properties or the copyright related. So when you use this intellectual properties in the industrial areas, we need some sort of guarantee that this intellectual property will not be copied or will not be exploited by any other persons, in order to make sure that you have a good business or good commerce related activities. So this will be categorized into 5 categories. That is, the intellectual property rights will be categorized into 5 properties, 5 elements, which are called as patents, copyrights, trademarks, designs, and trade secrets. So the patents, copyrights, trademarks, all these things will be related or will be dealt in common things. But each and everything will be having about a separate thing. So coming to patents, when we talk about the patents, first important aspect, which is called as a patent, it gives the owner the legal right to exclude others from making or using and selling the invention of his own for a limited period of time. So up to this particular time period, that is all these in IPRs are having some time periods, limited time periods, within which the others cannot use without the permission of the inventor. That is, the inventor is the person who has actually got these ideas. So without his permission or without his thing, we can't use this any of these rights. Is the exclusive right of the inventor, who will be using this within the limited geographical areas. So this patents have the territorial jurisdiction, where you have to register for your patents in any places where you have your interests. So in all the areas, that is, the patents has to be registered in all the areas related to geographical districts. They have the territorial jurisdictions. So this can be, that is, the patents can be the inventions related to the products, processes, materials, or composition. Technical solution to a technical problem can also be called as, or can also be in patents. That is, any product can be patented. The manufacturing process can be patented. Any materials can be patented. Any compositions can be patented. So we generally see the word patents in almost all the products. On almost all the products, you can be seeing when you have things on manufacturing and so you can see these all the products. Hello. Please can you just switch your mics? Everyone. Hello. So the types of patents, coming to the types of patents, we have three types of patents that can be provisionally be are as ordinary patent, the patent of addition, or the patent of convention. The ordinary patent is a patent that have specifications related to the products, related to the processes, or any other things. And it has the registration process without any specifications related to the dates. So pre-dates will not be given here. And second one, the patent of addition, it can be for the improvement of the patents that has been already tried. You have to apply for the thing. You have to apply for the legal formalities, and these will be in some specified eras where you can have this. Please, can you all mute your mics? Hello. Hi, everyone, can you please mute your mics? So the patent of convention, it is the application that is required to file within a year from the date of initial payment filings. So these types, they are classified on the date of application or the date of initial filings. So these three types, they are under the Provisions Act of Patents Act, and they will be classified on the specification of date and the things that on which you want the patent right. So the ordinary patent, it does not have any specifications, and it does not have any date specifications. And in patent of addition, you will be having some sort of improvements or the modifications in the applications. And in conventions, you will be having the applications, that is the applications will be entertained only within a year from the date of initial filings. And mostly the patents can be classified into two categories. Second typely, that is the product patent and the process patent. The product patent, it is related to the products. In order to protect the product, and the main ingredients of the products and or the look of the product or the usage of the product for a particular period of time. So that is any other person or a group cannot imitate your product for a particular time period or cannot copy your product. And coming to the process patents, it is the thing which comes to the manufacturing process. That is, the patent will be protecting the manufacturing process of the products. That is, right from the inputs, gathering the inputs to making it into outputs. All the processes. Have you gathered the input? In which model you gather the inputs? How you will be converting them into outputs? That is, how many processes do you follow? How many processes do you follow? And what are the things that you wanted to do? What are the combinations that you wanted to do? Everything, the entire manufacturing processes can also be patented for a couple of years. So that your product or the process cannot be copied or cannot be exploited by any other persons or a group of persons. Next, coming to the trademark, it is a sign or the symbols which distinguishes from the goods and services of one organization to another organization. So the trademarks can be protected in intellectual property rights. These trademarks, they are identified just by the name or the word or the logos and labels, slogans, etc. All these things can be a trademark is an intellectual property right which just gives you a differences from identifying the products from one organization to another organization. So the similar products can be just divided or distinguished by their companies. So here the trademarks, it is a visual symbol such as the word, name, logo, label or slogan, and it can be applied on the article of manufacture or services. Manufacture or service processes, and this can be indicating the origin of goods and services. That is, it will be helping us to identify from where the product or the service is obtained from. You have a group of companies which we have known about. So giving those symbols on your products will make the people to identify from which organization this product was coming into the markets. It will be helping us to capture the market or capture the consumers. So all these trademarks will help us to capture the market for goods and services. So these are the types of trademarks that are available. These are the types of trademarks. The first one is the word mark. The word mark, it will be related to the words or the characters that can be typed. The single word or the group of words which will be imaged on the products will be called as word mark. So these are the group of words or the characters that will be typed on the products. And figurative mark. Figurative mark is the group of pictures, images, or graphics. All these things can be called as figurative marks and can be printed on your products or services so that the consumers can know about your product or services just by seeing the picture or the image on your products and services. And the next one is composite mark, in which you have the combination of words and characters, or the combination of images and characters, or the combination of graphics and words, so that you can identify that particular company for a couple of years. So these are all the signs how we can identify the organization. So word market is related to the words or characters, and figurative market is related to the words, the pictures or images, and composite mark, it is a combination of words, images, and characters. And the packaging. The next category which can be trademarked is the packaging. That is the container or the packaging color or the package in which the product or service is available in the market to the consumers. Just by seeing the package, you can identify what is the product about or from where the product is from. That is, you can identify both the things, the usage of the product, the nature of the product, or the organization from which the product is coming to you can be identified simply by seeing the packages. So these packages can also be trademarked. Next is the sound, movement, and photogram or others. All these are the graphical representations which makes you to identify from where they are or identify what they are related to. The sounds, the movements, all these things. So you will be coming across the musical symbols and everything, which will be giving you or showing you what exactly the product is about or what exactly the service is about. The next type is related to the colors. The colors without any pictures. The color without any pictures. Some organizations, they will be trademarking some color, that is the product or the package or the logo or the name will be in specified colors. All these colors, they will be trademarked or they will be under the, and next is 3D shapes. 3D shapes. These shapes can also be trademarked. That is, some organizations will be using the things, some shapes in order to have the drawings or show the photos, what exactly will be in the package or any other things. And next is certification mark. These certification marks, they will be used for the quality guarantees or the characteristics of things. The guarantees, the characteristic or the quality which will be guaranteed. Please, everyone, please unmute yourself and please switch off your videos also. It's a quiet request from you, for you all. Please unmute yourself and your videos also, please. So the certification mark, it will be related to the goods and services in order to certify what is the quality of your goods or what is the quality of the services that you are rendering to the you are rendering to the consumers or the customers. The collective mark, it is the symbol that gives you from where from where the product has been coming from. That is, it will be showing you a difference between the goods or services, and it will be showing you the differences of the members from the team who are producing these goods and services. Okay. So coming to the copyrights, a copyright, it is given exclusively to display or a creative works. The copyrights are exclusive for the creative works which are from the human rights. So this copyright is generally given for a limited period, and the copyrights will be generally given for artists, literature, music, dramas, and the things which can be in creative works. So it will be giving you the owner to copy the products, to distribute the product, to adapt the product and display the product and perform the businesses. So everything that can be copied or that everything that can be will be under the right of the owners. So generally in every product, when you see the manufacturing dates and everything, you can generally see the copyrights reserved. You'll have the symbol, and you will have the specifications where the copyrights are reserved until so and so year. Copyrights reserved at rate 2009, 2027, 2039, everything can be seen there in almost all the products which will be related to the literary, artists, music, dramas, or the products also, which will be related to some medicines, and other things. Everyone, please turn off your videos. Everyone, please turn off your videos. Hello? Everyone, please turn off your videos. Everyone, please turn off your videos. Okay, so the procedure for the procedure that will be followed for copyright applications is getting the application in which you have to specify what is to be copyrighted. And in the application, after filing the applications, you will have the examination of the product or the things. A group of examiners will be examining what you exactly want to have a copyright. And after this examination, you will be getting registered. So it is a process of application, examination, and registrations. So copyright, it will be protecting all these things. The literatures, that is the books, novels, everything which will be coming from the authors, the dramas, it may be in form of acting or in a written format. The music, that is the lyrics or the music that comes out from your mind, you can hold your music so that the same music cannot be copied by any other persons. So everything, every music that comes out, every albums that comes out will be having some copyrights. You can see on every album or everything or every series or everything, you can see all the copyrights reserved on so and so things. So they will be protecting this music until a particular time period. And art, that is the pictures, the drawings, everything will be having some copyrights. That is, the same cannot be sold by any other person, or you can't have the images, that is the copies of the same art. You can't sell the same art copies to a number of persons without the permission or without the confirmation of the person who is having this copyright. And imaginary, the images which will be saying, and the graphical designs, all the designs which comes out from the minds of people, they can also be copyrighted. That is, we can't say every design is a copyright, but if you want to protect your designs, you can go for a copyright protection things. And the sculptures, that is the rock sculptures or the mud sculpture or pot sculpture, whatever it may be, they can also be having some rights. So you can just protect your sculptures also if you feel that no one wants to copy it. And the architecture, that is the buildings or your designs of external designs or the internal designs of your houses or the architecture, everything can also be next. And next, choreography, that is the moves or the steps, we call it as the moves that comes out of your mind can also be copyrighted. That is, you specifically have some movements from which so and so person can be remembered or so and so song can be remembered. So such moves can also be copyrighted. So moves, you generally have some moves which will be reminding you the persons, or which will be reminding you the songs, which will be reminding you some movies or albums or any other things. And everything. Okay. And pantomimes. Things can also be things. And motion pictures. Motion pictures, here you will be having the names related to pictures, the copyright things, and the picture should be copied or the number of copies that it has to produce to things, everything can be registered under the copyrights. And the next thing is sound recordings. Recordings also. Every recording can also be copyrighted. For each and every of these, you will be having an example in your day-to-day lives. For the literature, you will be seeing many books. For the dramas, you will be coming around some dramas which you can just identify, and the musics, the art. So coming with the examples for the dramas, you can take the example of Devdas, which will be which is many times copied, just paying outlets. For the art, you can have Mona Lisa, which is copyrighted, that is, you can't have these copies without the consent of the artist, even though he is no more. For the architectures, you'll be having some specifications on this. For the choreographies, you'll be having the moves of some prominent people. And all these things can be copyright. And coming to the industrial designs, industrial design, it is related to the physical products that will be manufactured by the organization in the mass productions. So a very large amount of products will be produced in the organizations in order to have some businesses. So when you are doing this business, when you are producing the products in a very large production manufacturing units, this process or the design how you will be producing the process will can be coming under in IPRs. So here you will be defining the product's forms and features. So how you are going to have this product, that is what is the shape of the product, how you will have the product, how you will design it, what is the color that you want, what is the design you want it, what is the art that you want, what is the shape, how you have to produce the product, or what is the composition of the products, what is the thing that you can see with your eyes, and what are the things that will be in the organization. That is both the things, outer appearance of the products and the inner things of the products. That is how you have to produce the products. What are the things, what are the ingredients that you have in the products, how you will be having this, and how you will shape the product, and how you will take this into the market. So for this, you will be having the external features appealing to the eye. That is what you can see. And coming to the new shapes, come up with new shapes, the patterns, the configurations. All these things can be coming under the industrial designs. So industrial design as a whole, it is a design that is applied to the physical products that are to be manufactured by mass productions. So these products are in the market for a longer period. The process of registration for this industrial designs is, firstly, you have to apply for the registration process. That is, you have to submit all the application forms, and you'll have some required phases for this. You have to give all the details of the applicant, from where you are, and what is the shape that you wanted, what is the design that you wanted, what is the pattern that you want, what is the combination of colors, what is the combination of characters, what is the shape related to things, what are the patterns that you wanted on the shapes. Everything will be very specifically submitted. And coming to the next, if you will have some formal examination of the product. So when you have applied for this, you'll have examination of product. So the group of people who are in the registration processes, committees, they will be examining your product. Now please turn off your videos. And audios also. And after the formal examination, you'll have substantial examination. That is, everything will be keenly observed, and everything, you'll have some stations of observations, and objections will be registered here. And next, the registration process, that is, so and so product, or so and so pattern, or so and so shape, design, everything will be registered on your name. And you'll have some grace period, that is, for industrial designs, you'll be giving some sort of time periods in years. until which you can hold the industrial designs, and you'll have to review your design after the completion of this particular period of time. So industrial designs, for industrial designs, these are the things you generally see about. So it's an exclusive right about unauthorized copying, and it will be generally up to 10 years. And it promotes the innovative or attractive procedures. So here in the examples, you can see the designs of the jewelries. This jewelry piece cannot be copied or cannot be imitated until and unless the actual person, that is the creator, gives you the permissions. The design of a chairs, design of cars, design of shoes, slippers, and clothing, and some beverages. So all these, they need the copying rights. Copy the same from your. And coming to geographical indications. Geographical indications. It will be giving you the specifications of the areas from which the product or the processes will be coming out. So geographical areas, it will be giving you the reputation of the area, the quality, it will be showing the quality of related to that particular areas. So some processes or some products will be having some specifications related to the geographical area. That is the latitudes and the longitudes, locations. They will be having some specifications. So in India, we'll be having this GI tag, geographical indications tag, to specify what is the interest related to the goods or related to the producers. So geographical indications, it is the rights that serve identify a product that originates from the specific geographical area and that has a quality, reputation, or other characteristics that are essentially attributable to its geographical origin. So these products, they have the geographical area specifications. They originate from this geographical areas and you have the rights to protect them on basis of the qualities and copying the same things from the other areas. So generally it will be identifying on agricultural, the natural or manufactured goods originating from a definite territories. So every territory, every areas, it is having some and it is having some natural phenomena. The agriculture of the country is different. In every area, you have some specifications, some specialities which will be having things. So all these, the natural things, will have some natural elements. All these will be having some identifications. So possessing special quality or reputation based on unique characteristics of geographical areas. So some special reputation will be given to the products on some special geographical areas. So making this somewhat clear, see, you'll have the examples of these things. So depending upon the areas, you will have the specification related to the rice depending upon the areas. Darjeeling tea, that is the tea leaves that comes from Darjeeling, they are considered as the most qualitative leaves, and Kanchipuram, which is very famous for silk saris, Kanchi saris, and Alfonso mangoes, Nagpur, which is famous for oranges, Kolhapur, which are famous for slippers and everything, and Agra, which is famous for peta, a type of sweet which you cannot find in any other areas. So all these things, when you have some specification, tea, for example, tea is a common thing in every areas. We can find the tea trees everywhere. But when you have some specifications, that is the Darjeeling tea, Assam tea, the tea leaves from Araku, all these things, they have some specifications. Assam tea and Darjeeling teas, they have some special tastes. They have different things. Similarly, again, when you come across the silk saris, you will be having some things. Kanchipuram silk saris, Benares silk saris. Hello? Hello? So Benares silk saris, Venkatagiri, all these things, when you come to the saris, you'll have specifications related on the basis of geographical areas. So all these will be coming under the geographical indications. That is, you will be identifying the product or the process on the basis of geographical area from where you will be getting those products. So here on the example, you can see the tea, mangoes, oranges, and the very famous thing which you can get in Tirumala, that is Tirumala's. So depending upon these things, you will be having some geographic indications. So all these things are having some geographical indication rights. So under IPR, that is intellectual property rights, all these can also be registered. So whatever things, the basmati rice will be registered, Darjeeling tea will be registered by the things, that is the company will be registering the tea products under the Darjeeling tea. The Kanchipuram silk saris, they have to take the permission from the Kanchipuram things. And this Tirumala Laddu, it is also having some copyright. It is also having some intellectual property rights under geographical indications. So as a whole, review of all these five. A patent, it is granted for invention of a new product or a processes. A new products, the process, that is for manufacturing any new products or having any manufacturing processes, that is right from converting the inputs into outputs, everything can be guaranteed for invention, that is can be found under the Patents Act 1970, which will be under the Ministry of Commerce and Industries, and the patent period will be lasting from 20 years. So if you are applying for the patent, so and so product or so and so process will be under your hands for 20 years, at least of 20 years. So the invention which is of your product or your processes will be under your hands for 20 years, and it will be from the Ministry of Commerce and Industries. They will be giving you the patent rights. It is under the law of patent rights 1970s. And next is the trademarks. Trademarks, it is typically a name or word or phrase or logo, symbol, design, image, or a combination of these elements. And trademark can be registered under the Trademark Act 1999. And it will be also headed by under the Ministry of Commerce and Industries. And the time period from which the trademark will be vesting in your hands is 10 years. The trademark can be renewed for the another 10 years. That is, for every 10 years, the trademark can be renewed. And coming to geographical indication, it is used as on products that have a specified geographical origins and possesses qualities of reputation that are due to its origins. So these are also registered in the Ministry of Commerce and Trade, and under Geographical Indications of Goods Registered Act 1999. So the general period of geographical indication is of 10 years and then can be renewed for the next 10 years. The copyrights, it is a bundle of rights which is given by the law to the creators of literary, drama, music or art. And it will be under 1957, the Copyrights Act 1957, which will be under the Ministries of Copyrights Office. And this copyright will be lasting for 60 years, which will be generally after the death of the author or for the things. So coming to this, the intellectual property rights of modern era. These intellectual property rights have the high risk to be stolen by other people or a group of people without the significance or without the knowing, without things of the person. So intellectual property right, it will be playing a very important role in the trade of every nation. So here in this present digitalized world, you have a number of creative ideas, and these creative ideas can give you a chance of going into the commerce. So when you share your ideas or when you have these ideas, the same can also be, or with your ideas, you can have the problem of stealing your ideas to the, which can giving you a high risk of creating ideas. So when one or two persons who will have their ideas together, they can come out with new products. It's the innovativeness in the people should be secured. So this intellectual property right, it gives you the security for your creativeness, your innovativeness, so that your ideas will be coming out and you can be more creative. You can come out with smartness. The work will be in smart way. So here in the modern age era, where the digital in this digitalized world, the stance of high risk of creating ideas getting stolen without the consent of the author. So the strong intellectual property laws will be giving you an overall contribution in the economy of respective states. So these IPRs, it are generally for the security of intangible properties, which are still open to the public and will be quickly replicated by anyone. So IPs, the intellectual property crimes, have become a very leading part, and these are the main reasons which are making the business to be a failure, that is leading to failure of our businesses. So every organization or every group people or every person or a group of persons or everyone, when they have a creativeness in their ideas, you can register them in any one of the said categories and can make them a secured things. So in the modern era, intellectual property rights plays a very important role on trade and every nations. So coming to the benefits of IP, they are innovative ideas when you have the intellectual property rights, when you have a right of holding your intellectual properties, you can come out with innovative ideas. A person, when he is guaranteed with intellectual properties, but when you have a guarantee that no one will be having or no one will be copying your rights, copying your ideas, that particular person, he can come out with innovative ideas so that he can design a creative, he can design a creativity ideas, creativity in the mind that gives you a chance of earning more profits. These ideas, when you have some innovative ideas, you can earn more profits. And the export business opportunities. When you are coming up with ideas, you can have these ideas to have or to create opportunities for your businesses. That is, you can expand your business. You can have your business to grow. You can export your businesses from one to another place so that you can capture all the business activities or capture all the business opportunities. Next, it increases the ideas by securing them. So when you come out with an idea, the intellectual property right, it secures your ideas. That is, you can hold your ideas for a couple of years. So when you're securing your ideas, it will be encouraging the people to come up with new ideas. That is, your idea cannot be copied or your idea cannot be stolen by any other person. So when you're having your security related to the ideas, you can come out with many ideas which will be giving a new chance for a new business or new activities. Next, the business growths. So you can expand your business, you can come out with smart works, you can minimize your inputs, you can maximize your outputs, you can make anything that you wanted in your organization or you wanted in your businesses to update yourself or to grow your business to the maximum extents. So whatever you wanted to do in the business expansions, you can come out with the ideas, you can have the protection of those ideas, and you can expand your businesses from which you can get more and more profits. Next, protect consumers and families. The consumers and family, how you can protect the consumers and families? That is, you can protect the consumers and their families from using the copy of your products. That is, every product can be copied or can be duplicated. So when you have a protection of your ideas, or when your ideas or your business is being protected legally, you can make the consumers to use your product or to get the awareness related to your product so that they can use the original products from the organizations or the original services from the organizations, and they can protect themselves and protect the families from duplicate products, which cannot give the qualitative or quality usages. So usage of the product can, the consumers can easily identify whether the product is original or a duplicate product. We can see the similar products, but the original product and the duplicate products have some sort of differences. So every organization which will be registered, every organization has to register himself if it wants to go for businesses. So with the same copy of the ideas or the same copy of packaging or the same name, the same colors, everything, when they are together same, these cannot be registered under the, cannot be registered. So you have to show some differentiation. These minor differentiations will be observed or can be made known to the consumers, and you can protect the consumer from using the duplicate products. And it gives a competitive edge in the market. For the competition, you can have the competitive edge, that is just by seeing the packages or just by smelling it or just by seeing, looking at the shape of your product, everything you can, the consumers can easily identify what is the product, for what the product can be used, what will be the quality of the product, from which manufacturer the product has been in the market, everything can be easily identified. So when it gives the identification in the market, it gives you a competition for other organizations also. That is, there can be healthy or competition in the organizations, between the organizations in the markets. And next, it protects from hackers and pirates. As we said earlier, all these IPRs, that is intellectual property rights, they are to protect the products or the processes from the hackers or pirates, that is the copiers. So why? As I said, benefits of the importance of IPR, you will have the innovative idea, exporting business, you can have it from growth of business and everything. But why actually the intellectual property should be protected? So it is an asset to the organization, or it is the asset to the owner of the ideas. So the intellectual property comes generally from your intelligence. Intelligence means your ideas, your thoughts. So the person who gets these thoughts or ideas is the owner of intellectual properties. So this idea is your asset. By using this asset, you can get the commercial gains, that is, you can earn more amounts. So this owner, he has this assets protection, and the IP owner, he can stop other persons from manufacturing your same products, by selling the same products, or manufacturing the same services and selling the same services which are already protected by the owners. So here, and without having any license, these products cannot be copied, or these products cannot be exploited by other persons. So every IP owner, he can sell or license the IP. That is, you can sell your ideas or you can license your ideas in order to get commercial gains. So without the information to the owner, no one can use your ideas. So either you can sell your ideas to other people, or you can license your ideas so that you can start your business and you can get your commercial gains. And next, the IP can be used to establish the goodwills. So your ideas, that is, as we said, in the geographical indications or any other things, you will have the goodwill related to that particular areas. So when you, for example, when you take the geographical indication, the name of a particular area will give you the goodwill of your product, or the brand values. If you are well established organization and if you have changed your product line, you can use the brand value in the markets. So when you have changed your product lines, when you have when the same organization is producing a number of products, you can use your brand name, or you can use your organization's name, which is already protected, to come into the markets to establish goodwills. Next, inventor or the creator or the author of IP can mention about the IP in his resumes or in his competence. So when you are having your license, or when you have sold your intellectual property to any other persons, you can show this in your resumes. So you can show this in your things. So you can have this licenses. If you have a couple of licenses with you, you can show this as some assets of your own. These can also these are also having all the equal rights or equal chances of any other movable or immovable properties. So all the normal properties will have the same category as intellectual properties. That is, all the intellectual properties will be having all the facilities of properties. You can hire them, you can sell them, you can make license of them, you can utilize them, or you can just lend them to some people. All the things can be done as in normal movable and immovable properties, as like that. And IPR certificate, it establishes the legal and valid ownership of intellectual properties. So you have to have your certificates, that is intellectual property like certificates, to have the legal and valid ownership of the things. And the next is intellectual property rights. They're recognized all over the world and accepted all over the world due to these reasons. So the reasons why you have this intelligent property rights, why we are talking about all these things. The reasons is to provide an incentive to the individuals for new creation. That is, when you have the property rights being preserved, when you have a sort of a legal information, when you are having these many types of IPRs, when you can protect your ideas, when you can use them similarly as any other movable or immovable properties, it gives you when your intellectual property is being recognized. పోస్ట్ చేయాలి వేరే వాళ్ళు స్క్రీన్ ఓపెన్ ఈ పోస్ట్
Recording in progress. Sorry for the disturbance. So intellectual properties is when you have the rights reserved for your intellectual properties, it will be encouraging the individuals for getting new creations, and it will be according to recognition to creators and inventors. That is, you can recognize the creations, you can recognize the inventors, and according to ensure material reward for intellectual properties, that is, for your intelligence can be measured, the intelligence can be taken in any other diversions, that is, you can get you use of your intelligence, you can just sell your intelligence in your ideas for other people, or you can get some commerce, or you can get your businesses done through your intelligence. So the intelligence of a person can also be having some materialistic rewards, and to make available genuine and original products. These ideas, it will be helping you, that is the rights, when you have the property rights and you're having some legal formalities on your organizations or organizational products, you can make a genuine and original products that can be available in the markets, so that the consumer can consume the original products of the organizations. That is, the duplication of the products or the copying of the products can be minimized. So, as we all said, it is the intellectual property rights are helpful for the people or helpful for the individual who has his intellectual properties. That is, from the point of view of intellectual property person, he can have his, when he is protecting his right, he can come out with a materialistic activity, he can come out with businesses, or he can do everything, he can grow up their business, he can enhance his, for the organizational growth, he can develop the organization, he can develop the country, he can develop the state or everything. And coming to the benefits of the societies, so when this intellectual property is being legalized, if the intellectual property is being legalized, what are the benefits to the societies. So from what the society can gain from this, it is to enhance the market value of the businesses. So as we said, there is a legal formats for every intellectual property. That is, when you have market values, the business can easily be developed. The growth of the business will be mainly depending on the market value. When you want to create a market value, you have to show that you have quality in your business. The qualities or the quantities or the ideas or your updations will always make a clarity of market values. So market value of the business will be enhanced, and the turn of ideas into profit-making assets. So when you come out with ideas, when you come out with new ideas, your creativeness, your ideas, your innovations, all these will be coming from profit-making assets. A very small idea can give you a very great business. Very, very small, tiny ideas will be giving you a very great business opportunities. It will be making you the assets, and from when you have these ideas, as a whole, the organization will be benefited, and as a whole, the society will be benefited. That is how you can help the society is making some profits and giving profits to the societies, and market your business and products and services. So all the people in the society, they can identify what is your product, what is your services, just by simply seeing what the product is from, and enhance export opportunities for your businesses. So you can export your business opportunities, you can export your things, every business. So why this actual intellectual property is to be legalized is, every idea which comes out from the human brain needs some period of time to make it into exercise. That is, to exercise your ideas, you have to have some time periods. Even though you exercise your ideas, there is no guarantee that you can make profits or you can make materialistic things. That is, you can make value, or you can raise your funds, or you can raise your finance for your ideas until some extent. So when you are guaranteed of a time period, time limit, within these time period, until this time period, you have your idea in your hands, you can make profits from these ideas. So when you have a guarantee of no other people will copy your idea for a particular time period, you can do the business for this particular time period very happily without any problems. So these intellectual property rights, it will be making sure that the person who has this intellectual property, that is, who comes out with this idea, can use his idea on only himself, and no other people can copy your idea until a particular time period or until his givens. That is, he has to give his assurance, or he has to sell his ideas to other persons. So until and unless he's selling his ideas, or he is making you the license, or he is giving you the option of copying his ideas, no other person can copy these things. So as a conclusion, the intellectual properties, the system, it is helping the new ventures to transform their innovation potential and the competitiveness. Then the ideas, the IPRs can be used to protect the technologies, brands, design, and everything. And without the protected IPRs, the artists and authors, they have the fear of copying their works. So with IP rights, they can make a beautiful arts, interesting arts, and make their life more beautiful and interesting. And by protecting the intellectual properties, the company can expand the value of their assets and increase the future of productivity. That is, with the minimum inputs, they can come out with maximizing the outputs. So all these patents, copyrights, trademarks, the geographical indications, all these will be helping them to come up with new ideas. So these exclusive rights will be given to the persons over the creation of minds for a particular period of time. And there is a legal right for all the ideas. The intangible potential assets is legalized. There is a monopoly of your rights or the monopoly of ideas. That is, a single person can control your ideas. Single person can control his thoughts. And negative rights, that is, it prevents others from using your creativities for a definite time period. So you're very assured of your ideas for a particular time periods. So as an overall conclusion or overlook of the entire things, you can have these as a examples of all the intellectual property rights. See that you can see on the screen the interior industrial design of a fan with some lights. So that can be an example of design. And you can see the trademark of an iPhone, that is, you all are familiar about the Apple. That is called as a trademark. So this fan, it can be an example of industrial design. Holding of the design of the fan and the design of the screen of an iPhone as a patent. And coming to the example of geographical indications, the Tirupati Laddu, that is a very famous thing which can be taken as an example of geographical indications. And the industrial design, you can have the bottle design of Coca-Cola. The word, that is the words Coca-Cola with combination of colors, red and white, they are called as trademarks. The structure of the design is coming under industrial design. The product will be under the patents. And the ingredient, that is the cola inside the bottle, is a trade secret. So here you have the geographical indication, the example of geographical indication, that is Kolhapuri slippers. They are the different type of slippers which you have all leather together. The shape of the slippers or the material that is used there is very unique. So wherever you have seen this, it specifies the area. So these all can be taken as some examples of the things that is the intellectual property rights that we have talked about today. And I would like to extend my thanks to the entire VSM team for giving me this opportunities. And it's time for any questions. If the people have any questions, you can come out with your questions, please. Hello. 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 Any questions?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. This session was very useful and informative. And thanks to you for valuable information. Behalf of management, principal, and IIC coordinators and co-members. Thanks for accepting our request to conduct Impact Lecture Series Session 2 on IPR, an important aspect of present era. This was sponsored by MIC and thanks to MHRD, AICT, and IIC. We have one more session in the afternoon by Mr. S. Likith sir. He is a design engineer at Neo Astra Systems India Private Limited, Bangalore. And lecture is on importance of design and its industrial standards using SolidWorks. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable information. Thank you, ma'am.
పిల్లలు కదా.